Hello, potassium people. Welcome back to another Banana Bites, where I ask Valve to please add the strangesecondbanana into TF2, and my roommate bought this for me recently. So, with that being said, I want to talk about general advice, because on the internet, in life, etc., there are so many people who have lived through their lives and have advice to give. I'm one of them. I like to try and give advice, but there's a little caveat with it that I need to explain. So, these people have lived through life, they followed other people's advice on how to do certain things, whether it's looking for jobs, whether it's just feeling better about yourself, etc. And while most of it is generally good advice, that's why it's general advice, there's also the idea that this doesn't apply to everyone. And in fact, even though it's supposedly general advice, the circumstances that they found themselves in to obtain that advice doesn't apply to most other people in a lot of cases. For instance, to paint a very extreme example, there's this idea that you should go for a walk every day. Well, some people don't have the time, or some people can't walk for whatever reason. Maybe they got an injury. Maybe some other circumstances are in their life that prevent them from going outside. And when people are told their advice doesn't work for someone else, for some reason, it's seen as a slight, as in, oh, you don't think what I'm giving is good enough for you. That's never the case. What is actually happening is that your general advice is generally applicable for you. It's not applicable in a general sense to other people, right? Of course, there are the normal ideas, such as eating well, right? Such as exercising, okay? These are generally good things, and obviously, it's a good idea to try and incorporate them in your life if you can, but because everyone has such unique circumstances, you can't really say that when someone isn't doing those things, that they're living life wrong. And I see that happen a lot nowadays. Oh, you're not doing this thing that most people agree is good? Then you must hate yourself. You must not really appreciate yourself. You don't get up super early in the morning to be successful and work out for 2 hours, go to work for 14, and then come back home after having eaten nothing. You eat one single steak or chicken, just a chicken breast raw, preferably. You eat your food raw. It's the grind, man. It's the grind. You got to get on the grind and you'll feel better about yourself. It's so insane to see how advice is just accepted, when really the only time you can have general advice that's super applicable to you is when you find it. I've had people ask me what I would recommend for improving their lives. Surprisingly, right? Someone's asking the banana guy who just eats bananas and does other stuff, right? Oh, what would you do? What would you do? Honestly, I can't really answer that because I'm not living your life. It's very, very simple to understand on paper, but in application, it just something doesn't connect sometimes. And if I do share something, I don't have to live with the results of that. I give advice or ideas to someone else, and if they execute them without seeing if it would actually fit into their lifestyle or the life they want to live, and they get upset because the advice I gave wasn't extremely pertinent to their situation, well, why aren't you choosing to filter the information you're receiving? Why aren't you living the life that you actually want to live? Some people want to live life without any purpose. They just want to chillax. So me saying something like, you should do this stuff every day. You should have a goal for every single day. Wake up, have an idea of what you want to do, and execute it. It doesn't work for them. And if they try and do it, they might become very miserable. And then they put the blame on the person who gave the advice. advice is just something you have to filter yourself. So, the general advice, sure, in a lot of cases, it can be generally applicable to most people. But the only person who really knows if it's going to work for them is themselves. Which is why I'm going to eat this banana. Because to all the people that are like, you can't eat a banana every day, it doesn't work. Guess what? I've been doing it just fine. Just fine. It's made my life better. So, you're wrong. Your advice sucks. Oh, don't eat banana every day. Don't eat 5 bananas every day. Wrong. I'm eating 6. All right, pal. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Gosh. Actually, I've seen something pretty crazy in the past. I had a friend who only ate chicken nuggets and fries. But guess what? They're way healthier than me because they just exercise like crazy, and they took multivitamins, admittedly. But they felt great. And why shouldn't they? They're doing what they wanted. Man, this is so good. This is genuinely so good. Anyways, all this was to say, if I say something like, you should eat a banana every day, and you just do it without thinking about it, and you dislike it, just don't do it. You don't have to follow it. Just an idea from someone who's obsessed with bananas. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. The origin of people's advice. Just an idea. Anyways, Potassium people, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.